So even more gateways out for GuemChi. So I think GuemChi's going to push this soon enough. He has observers in the area, so he's going to know exactly how many tanks are in here. Factories coming up. This could be his window of opportunity. He is spotting that the other factory is coming up, so he's going to know that this is kind of a, well, it's not really a tech switch, but Hwasin is committing minerals to factories instead of a lot of troops or another base. So here comes the Templar Archives being scanned, I believe, by Hwasin. And cannons coming in, so he's preparing for vulture harassment, which would probably be easy to do. Just drop those vultures behind the mineral lines, and you'll be able to pick off a lot of probes. Hwasin repairing his tank, so he's getting completely prepared in here. He has his dropship already, so I think he is going to drop some vultures in, but the vultures, there's no telling if they'll be able to get within range without being hit by the cannons here. So it was actually very smart of GuemChi to go for that cannon. And he even has a few Dragoons just in case Hwasin's to try to bypass the base up there at the 2 o'clock and try to go for the main. So GuemChi playing actually very smart, except for losing everything that he had earlier. Oh, he lets the vultures sneak by, but he was aware of this. He's running back up with his Dragoons. He's going to try to fight that off, and he has his Dragoons prepared at this base just in case. Looks like a couple siege tanks in actually for Hwasin, so this could cause a lot of damage. The siege will outrange everything here, so that cannon is going to do nothing for GuemChi, and GuemChi is prepared with his shuttle over here though. And Hwasin picking up his tanks just in case, coming in, seeing if he can do any damage. And he has his Wraith in, so this is very smart from Hwasin. He's going to deny the shuttles, but he's got to keep out of range of that cannon. This is going to be a micro war here, I think. And Hwasin, he brought his vultures along, so it's going to help him end up defending the tanks, but there's still one tank in here. That tank could siege up and get a lot of damage done. Oh, mines. This is a very close quarters battle, but GuemChi takes it. GuemChi taking down everything, and Hwasin, I think, retreated with one tank. So he retreated with one unit there, and GuemChi did an excellent job defending. Looks like another base coming up for Hwasin. He's going to float that over to the inside mineral only, the inside 3 o'clock mineral only, and he still has his dropship, so he could try something else sneaky. Maybe try to sneak into that main with some vultures or something like that. GuemChi seems to have very, very nice anti-vulture building placement here. He has a bunch of cannons around, but Hwasin is pushing the middle now. Hwasin is going to try to put on the contain soon enough. He's inching forward with these tanks, and he's going to try to contain GuemChi into his natural area. And so that'll give him easier map access. It'll give him some map control where he can fly around and not be bothered too much by Dragoons. The turrets coming up just to keep those observers out of the area. One observer being forced back, but it's still in there to see when that tank troop decides to move out. 2 shuttles coming in now for GuemChi. So GuemChi, he's moving forward with his troops, so he might actually try to push this. I think he might try to push this, but Hwasin, he has excellently placed tanks. I'm not sure if this is going to be too successful from GuemChi. GuemChi moving it anyway with all of his zealots. Maybe enough zealots. If he does some mind dragging, he might be able to do this. He's pushing in with all of his Dragoons. He might actually be able to break, but no, he's deciding to fall back. Oh, a failed attack from GuemChi because Hwasin, he had his tanks up almost in a vertical line, which is extremely hard to break from a vertical standpoint. So yeah, Hwasin, he was able to defend very nicely there, and he's going to unsiege some of his tanks and move them further up, place them further apart to make it even harder to try to do that again. Okay, Hwasin, he's laying mines all over the place just in case GuemChi should try to run in with backup troops. Very smart on his part. Oh, he finds some probes, finding the probes that we're going to mine. Oh, goodbye probes. Bad day to be a probe. And now looks like a dropship in play for Hwasin. He might be coming in with a couple of siege tanks here. Oh, he is coming in with a couple of siege tanks. So this is going to be absolutely devastating for GuemChi, I think. He might not have anything to deal with this bombardment of his base. He has a gateway coming up, but yeah, that gateway is going to be underpowered very soon. Oh man, GuemChi, I don't see a way that he can really defend this base. If he tries to run in with his Dragoons, he's going to be absolutely slaughtered by mines. So yeah, I think he should just forget about defending this base. There's not much he can do. He's still pumping probes. I mean, just cancel everything and get out of there. But looks like shuttle coming in, so GuemChi's going to try to defend maybe with a Reaver, if he has a Reaver. No, he does not have a Reaver. Just dropping a bunch of Zealots to help himself defend, but that's not going to get the job. The Dark Templar coming out, so that's what GuemChi was waiting for. A Dark Templar, but being immediately scanned by Hwasin. So GuemChi has his Arbiter out, and that's what he's going to have to use to swing this game, because he's losing this game now. He just lost a base, and he lost a lot of his army, so he needs to do something special to get back in this game, something like a recall into the main, or something along those lines. GuemChi still trying to come up, sees the mines here. Luckily, he brought in his observers, so he didn't lose all of his Dragoons, but yeah, this force finally going to go down for Hwasin, but Hwasin, he still has his dropship in play, and I think he might have brought one tank up there just to siege and get some more economic harassment, so Hwasin has done an excellent job so far. He has his tank in. Yes, he dropped one tank just to deny this base and make GuemChi annoyed, basically. And GuemChi, he's getting a high Templar now. It looks like we're going to see some storm battles here. If GuemChi can hold on long enough, GuemChi being stretched very thin. There's tanks all over the place from Hwasin, while he's pushing the middle as well. Just absolutely brilliant play from Hwasin. He's not giving GuemChi many options here. Basically, just defend, defend, defend. He's dropping stuff all over the place, and he has his troops going up the map. It takes out another base, so Hwasin definitely has the upper hand in this game now, so GuemChi is going to have to, maybe if he has stasis research, he'll be able to get out some kind of a surround, some kind of a pincer attack here. And that's the only way I see him getting back in this game, other than Storm. He's trying to push now, but Hwasin, he's taken up this choke. And the Arbiter being hidden from GuemChi. I think he did one storm there. I saw the tail end of a storm, but I'm not sure how many tanks he took out, because there's still an awful lot in here. And Hwasin, he's within range of the gateways now, I think. So Hwasin's coming in, picking off the last cannon that's in here. So Hwasin playing absolutely aggressively, as always. GuemChi's going to try to do this recall. He recalls, but loses the Arbiter in the process to all of those turrets that were in there. So Hwasin, if he has some troops near his inside 3 o'clock, he'll be able to pull them back into this base. There's still a High Templar getting the final storm before it dies on those vultures. And now Hwasin looks like he's falling back with some of his troops, but not all of his troops. He might be using most of his troops just to push into the main at this point, because he's still up there. I see a lot of green still on the map up there. And Hwasin, he is defending, and he's keeping some troops here, so... Oh, another storm for GuemChi. A nice storm there. Taking down one tank and damaging 2 others. And now GuemChi's actually pushing out, and it looks like he'll be able to mop up this force, but still, a lot of damage was taken to GuemChi. He lost 3 bases, really. He lost his natural, he lost the inside 12 o'clock, and he lost the 8 o'clock base. I think he's rebuilding the 8 o'clock, actually, so if he gets that up and running, that will definitely benefit him. GG from GuemChi, knowing that he's so far behind as far as economy goes. So, goodbye, GuemChi and Hwasin once again, moving into another round of 16. I would not have expected this. Although I think he would have had a much harder time against Luxury, even though Luxury is not playing on top form. Well, this has been a groggy nuke. And I will be back next week for the final games, the final series. 3 more series, and then we're into the round of 16.